here I am in all my naturalness. Hi, hello. So as you guys know, I struggle a lot with social anxiety. For the longest time, I thought social anxiety was going to be something I just have to live with. And I think it is. But for the past couple weeks, I've been trying to really kind of control it and find ways to kind of trick my brain, or at least take care of my brain so it's mentally healthy enough to go about my day to day. It's been a struggle. It's been like a whole trial and error type thing. I have my days where I'm doing really good and, the social anxiety is like really subdue, and then I have days where it really freaking sucks and I almost like throw away everything I've worked for, and I'll get into that. It's made it really hard for me to do like day-to-day normal things, and it's made adulting really, really hard for me. For instance, social anxiety has stopped me from going to college, from working a job, from making new friends, from even doing fun things like going to a concert. I've also done things that have gotten me in like so much trouble, like not showing up to court for like a ticket and just ended up paying like thousands of dollars for that ticket instead of like disputing it. For over a year, I was a literal hermit. I did not leave my house. I only left my house to go to the same two places every day, which was Target and McDonald's. You guys probably know that. And I only really hung out with one friend. And that was it. That was my life. And it was a really unhappy time for me. Talking about social anxiety is like a really embarrassing thing for me to talk about because, it sounds so dumbass to think that like I can't go to school or work or socialize or do these like normal everyday things that people do because of like an illness that you can't even see. I feel like social anxiety is also one of those things that's really hard to understand if you don't have it. I've had so many people tell me like, just suck it up and get out there, just suck it up and make some friends, just suck it up and go to your job, just suck it up and go to school. And to some extent, I think that's true. I'm kind of realizing that now. But at the same time, it also takes me like 10 times more effort than the regular person to get up and do those things. And that's also something I'm realizing right now. Because I have social anxiety, it also kind of triggers depression for me. I also deal with insomnia. Like I have my days where I'm up for like just days straight, like literally doing things at all times. Like my brain, like it'll be crazy. Like my body will be so tired. My brain will be so tired, but I'll just be unable to shut down. And this happened recently. Like I worked an 8-hour shift, stayed up all night, tried to film a video that ended up not posting, and then went to work at 5 a.m. and then worked another 8-hour shift, and then tried to film a video again that ended up not posting, and didn't sleep for 48 hours straight. I think mental illness is something that's important for me to talk about because I think a lot of you guys deal with the same things. For a while there, I really didn't try, in my opinion. I wasn't giving it my absolute best. And I think that's solely because I didn't have the confidence or the strength. And now I do. And I gotta say, that's kind of due to my breakup. Because of like my breakup, I've had so much time to myself to really just think about me and what I want. For 5 whole years straight, I literally had to compromise my life, and like I had this person influence every decision I made, and it was unhealthy for me because I wasn't whole myself and I didn't completely love myself, and I had all of these just demons to deal with. And when you have these demons to deal with, it's kind of difficult to like love someone else properly. So getting out of that relationship was a really good thing for me. I get to focus on me and think about what I want, and I got to be like alone with my own thoughts and really process them. And now I'm just at the point where I'm healing. I'm healing and I'm growing and I'm rerouting and I'm trying to be the best version of myself every fucking day. But anyways, that's sort of the main reason why I took this break from YouTube, was because I really put my full focus into getting 2 things done, and that was 1, getting a full-time job, and 2, working on going back to school, because school is something that is actually really important to me. I've always wanted to go to school. It was just something that was always hard for me to do because of the social anxiety, because of like, going to class and presentations and teamwork and stuff like that. I work at Starbucks now at my local mall, and that was like a really big decision for me because my local mall is a really, really high volume, busy place. So I get a lot of socialization, I guess, and I see a lot of like locals at that mall. But I wanted to push myself and work there and kind of like challenge myself to be in such a social setting. And let me tell you, the first week was extremely hard, extremely freaking hard. I saw so many people that I haven't seen in years, and they asked me about my YouTube and what I'm doing, and I had to tell them like I'm literally just getting back into it and that my YouTube sucks and that I'm not in school and I'm like a really shitty adult. And that's like embarrassing to have to tell your mutuals that you haven't seen in a couple of years. You're like, yeah, you know, since high school I've hit rock bottom. Since high school I flopped. I actually ended up doing a no call no show for my last 2 shifts that week because I was just so anxious about seeing these people, and like I just felt so embarrassed about telling them like where I'm at in life and stuff like that. It made me want to crawl back into like my dark little hole and just like never leave my bedroom again. It really did. But one thing I do have and I'm super grateful for is a really good support system. I have my cousin, my brother, my nephew, my mom, my other brother, my best friend. I have people really rooting for me, and they really talked me into continuing this job, and they really uplifted me and, you know, made me feel like I could do this and I could handle this. No, I'm doing this for me, not for those people. So why does it matter what I say or what those people think? On Tuesday, I went back into work and I begged my employer back from my job. And I've been showing up to every single shift since, and I've been starting to have fun at work and starting to get a little better at talking to people. I had a couple shifts where I worked cashier like the entire 8 hours. So I sat there and I really challenged myself to like compliment someone and start up a conversation and ask people like how their day's doing. That scripted conversation that I get to practice probably 100 times a day has been amazing for me. It's good practice. I've been really trying to like make some friends out here, especially with like the regulars that come in like 3 times a fucking day. You bitches love your Starbucks. You do. My mommy's laughing. I love her laugh. So going back to when I said I have to work extra hard at doing day-to-day things because of the social anxiety. An example of that is, for instance, like my morning routine. It's really freaking important that I follow my routine, because if I get thrown off of my routine, then I'm kind of thrown off the rest of the day, and that makes me really, really anxious. Another thing is music. I have a playlist that I play and I update frequently in the mornings, and it's music that calms me, uplifts me, and empowers me. It's a playlist of all female voices, and it's songs that just make me feel good about me and remind me why I'm working so hard on me. So what I tell people when I tell them about my morning routine is it's a way to kind of like trick my brain. You know what I mean? It's a way to kind of like trick my brain into being ready for the day to come. And I would absolutely love to do a morning routine video for you guys if you want, because my morning routine is really centered around peacefulness and making yourself feel good for the rest of the day. Another thing too that keeps me on top of my mental health has been journaling. Having a diary, you know, it can be something that's like super embarrassing to admit. I think it's something that's like so shitted on sometimes, but I think it has been like the key for me to stay like on top of my mental health, and it kind of also was the jumpstart to this journey. I started journaling heavily back in 2018. I was at my lowest, I'd say rock bottom, early 2018, and journaling has like what really pulled me out. It really has also helped me kind of like gather my thoughts and really like connect like my mind and what I'm thinking to what I'm feeling and to what's actually going on, and to like what's straight up reality, because I think social anxiety and mental health and depression and insomnia and all those things can really kind of like blur what's truly going on. Like, for example, I'll feel like the entire world is staring at me sometimes, when in reality, no one gives a shit. So I gotta say, like, the last couple weeks have been so fucking good for me, and I've been so on track and so on top of my mental health and so on top of like adulting and just like getting my life together. I've been so happy. So freaking happy and just proud of me because I'm just, I don't know, I'm doing things I never thought I could freaking do. And for once in my life, I don't feel held back by these stupid ass mental health issues. But at the same time, there was something missing in my life. And that thing that was missing was YouTube. Creativity and art it's a huge thing for me in order to be happy and in order for me to like really feed like my core soul self. Sitting here today with you guys and filming a YouTube video and allowing myself to like have this kind of like sense of pleasure and sense of fun has been a huge thing, because I think for a couple weeks now I wasn't allowing myself to have fun and be creative and let loose because I was just so focused on getting to where I want to be and reaching my goals and getting back into society and getting a job and going back to school and fixing my financial situation and like all of these like adulty like shitty things you gotta deal with at 22. Sorry, I gotta put this lipstick on real quick before I like proceed. So one thing I want to do is kind of like change my YouTube videos. I want to be an influence and a role model for you guys, because I needed one when I was younger and I really didn't have many. I think I had like Shameless Maya and that was it. Other than that, I kind of had people kind of like joking about mental health but not really like talking about how to get through it and what it's truly like and like the good, bad, and ugly of it, you know what I mean? And I want to be that for you guys because I know so many of you struggle with mental health issues. So if I could be that for you, like that would mean the world to me, and I'm sure it'll mean world to you. This video was a lot. I know it's not like your usual funny content. If you made it to the end of this video, you're a fucking real one, and I love you. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.